Hi, I'm Divya, Senior VP in the early stage team at HSBC Innovation Banking, and we're proud to be supporting Onstage on their 11th cohort.
And I'm Kofi, Vice President in our early stage ecosystem coverage team. We've seen Onstage go from strength to strength over the last few years, working with some of the most innovative builders the ecosystem has to offer.
At HSBC Innovation Banking, we have the privilege of working with the most exceptional founders, starting from pre-seed right through to exit and beyond.
We pride ourselves on working with founders with truly global ambition. Our commitment to working with the next generation of innovators is why we're excited to continue our partnership with Onstage. We've seen many of our clients take part in Onstage and attract top-class investment and achieve scale.
It's been great to see more and more investors join Onstage, with over 250 VCs and 500 angels ready to deploy in the next top startup. And with a record-breaking number of applicants, we truly believe the partnership between Onstage and HSBC Innovation Banking is the catalyst for something greater.
We're delighted to continue our partnership with Onstage as they continue to demystify the fundraising process. To explore our banking services and products, please reach out to one of us today.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Onstage's S25 Demo Day. It's fantastic to see people from all over the world joining us for today's pitches. For those who are new here, Onstage's mission is to help exceptional founders through the early stages by democratizing access to the most vital parts of running a startup. And what makes us different to other pitch competitions out there is our 300 VC partners that we work with to run this demo day. The founders that you see today have been hand-selected by our VCs out of 2,000 startup applications, and we've managed to whittle them down to the top 1%.
Since our W24 Demo Day last October, we've welcomed some amazing new VC partners, including Cherry Ventures, and it's been great to see our previous finalists go on to raise some really impressive rounds. Since then, we've also continued to build our investment arm and have co-invested alongside the likes of Co2, FJ Labs, Speed Invest, Peter Thiel, and Creandum.
And if you haven't noticed already, we've rebranded. So we're no longer Focal, we're Onstage, and that represents an evolution in our mission to help founders, not just with fundraising, but another key part of being successful at the early stage, which is distribution.
We've stripped back Demo Day this year to focus on the amazing pitches from startups that have come through from this year's cohort. So shortly, we'll be going straight to the pitches.
VCs and angel investors can request introductions to startups that they're interested in investing in by scrolling down towards the bottom of the page, selecting the companies that they'd like to speak to, and hitting the Request Intros button. You'll fill out a short form, and then those founders will get a direct email saying that you want to speak to them. And then once they've accepted your request, we'll automatically introduce you over email.
Additionally, we offer the opportunity to invest in SPVs from as little as 1K once a startup secures a lead investor. To get more details on this, register at onstage.vc/SPV. It's a great opportunity to invest in some of the most exciting early stage opportunities, but as always, please remember your capital is at risk.
And without further ado, we'll get started with today's pitches.
Face-to-face connection is a fundamental human need and desire. But loneliness is rising globally as modern life disconnects us from the people around us.
I'm Rob Chapman, and together with Josh and Harry, I'm building Neya to reconnect us to the communities that we live in.
I'm Harry Hobson, and I run the UK's Tackling Loneliness Hub, and I founded a research company all about social connection. Neya is based on two principles we see running through every community we study. Firstly, the thing that brings people together is the everyday solving of practical problems, saving money, getting stuff done. Secondly, every strong local community is powered by a super neighbour, the 1% of people who do 99% of the work.
For the first time, agentic AI allows us to build a super neighbour for everyone, everywhere. I'm Josh Reeford, and for the last 16 years, I've been building consumer products for Spotify, Gusto, Trainline, and more.
Now I'm building Neya to solve the loss of connection that I experienced myself. Neya knows local people and retains local knowledge. Neya will find and connect you to people who can help with your needs, reach out to locals on your behalf to ensure your requests are always resolved, recommend events that are happening nearby, and invite you to groups with other locals who share your needs or interests. Neya works amongst us, not just for us, to help us meet, help, and do more together.
Neya is not just an agent, it's local connectivity infrastructure. For the first time, people can communicate in their neighbourhood without the noise and negativity of social media. This is only possible with Neya's AI facilitation. Neya answers repetitive questions, moderates group conversations, and gives you the key points of busy group chats.
I'm jumping straight back into startup life after my last exit, because I believe that making people more connected, not more efficient, will make AI mainstream.
Connecting people over everyday problems has massive value for businesses and government. So come join our mission to connect 1 billion people where they live.
Hi, I'm PA.
And I'm Adrian.
We are the co-founders of Baobab Labs.
Now, let us show you why we're here.
Don't worry, we're not here to fix bad acting.
What you've just seen is unfortunately the typical outcome of a daily parent-child homework session.
But come on, it's a universal problem. There must be solutions on the market already.
Well, yes and no. There are tools around, but none of them is a real solution.
You're right, and we've actually figured out why. Traditional edtech apps have two major flaws.
One, they're extremely boring. It really feels like they've been designed to please the parents rather than engage their child.
Two, they are one-size-fits-all. They don't stick to the children's own school content or adapt to their specific cognitive traits. As a result, they make children fear that despite putting in a lot of effort, they won't be correctly prepared for their exam.
You can see why such tools are a massive deterrent for them.
But don't worry, we've got them covered.
Boringness, we tackle with gamification. Kids absolutely love working with Baobab.
Serving a generic experience in the age of AI, that's a complete no for us. We make sure we stick to children's own school lessons and adapt to their very specific traits. This way, we're able to deliver an ultra-personalized and efficient learning journey.
And now, a quick recap on our traction.
We've been live on both the App Store and the Play Store since last September.
With now 3,500 families subscribed to our annual plan, up 50% in the last 30 days.
Feedback is outstanding, with 4.7 out of 5 on the stores and 45% usage retention 3 months after subscription. We're now raising $2 million to bring Baobab to 30 times more families in the coming 18 months.
We're Nougat, and we're building AI agents to automate grunt work and consulting. We studied together at Cambridge, where I studied electrical and computer engineering.
And I published research in AI. Then we worked at top consultancies where we've wasted whole days on manual tasks. Globally, consultants waste hours a day just on formatting slides.
So, we're building Nougat, a set of AI agents to cut the 1 trillion wasted on grunt work and consulting. Today, consultancies use smart people for grunt work. But with advances in AI, we see a future with lean teams using agents like Nougat.
We're starting with an AI agent to automate slide formatting.
Because this is the biggest pain point. Users spend 2 to 3 hours on this every day.
Our first product already saves early users over an hour a day. You type whatever changes you want and it updates the PowerPoint live.
Here are a few examples of what Nougat can do today. It can clean up messy slides and recreate images as clean, editable slides. Most tools are built for simple presentations. Nougat is built for consultants who need dense, custom slides.
The TAM is 100 billion for a full suite of tools based off 10 million management consultants. The SOM is 12 billion based on an initial suite of tools.
We're in the process of closing our pre-seed round, but are open to discussions with strategic partners.
In conclusion, consulting grunt work costs $1 trillion. AI has just become good enough to solve it, and our consulting alumni networks will help us get into companies fast.
TikTok is taking the world by storm.
It goes on and on and on. Don't stop. Remind me of everything tonight.
Okay, the flash sale is live right now. Get your money from this
about the things that we could be.
Ever wondered how brands go viral and make it big on TikTok Shop?
Meet GoPlaces, the key to social commerce success. I'm Sam.
And I'm Jack.
And we're the co-founders of GoPlaces.
Social commerce is here, huge, and redefining e-commerce. And TikTok Shop is the only true native social commerce platform today, where traditional e-commerce meets content creation and entertainment.
Brands are not prepared to deal with this change. It requires different skills and capabilities, and they do not know how to sell on social commerce, but we do.
We're a tech-enabled, full-service social commerce partner, built to support high-growth household name brands. We help brands launch, grow, and scale on TikTok Shop, generating revenue fast while protecting long-term brand equity.
High-performance selling on social commerce requires analytics, deep operational expertise, and a suite of bespoke capabilities. That's why we're here. A year ago, we built a team of superstars that manage social commerce end-to-end for our brands.
As the best operators in this space, we've been collecting data to build a suite of proprietary software tools on our platform, OnePlace.
From self-serve reporting and analytics to AI-based recommendations for performance improvements and much more.
Since hitting £2 million in ARR, we're now raising £1.5 million to further speed up our growth.
We are now looking to develop automated live shopping tools that enable real-time changes, expand our US operations, and develop even more sophisticated live shopping tools.
Go places. Data-driven,
brand-obsessed.
If you wanted to run a marathon, you'd follow a training plan. If you wanted to grow your wealth, you'd track your spending. If you wanted to improve your health, you'd monitor your sleep, your steps, your habits. When it comes to how we work, especially for founders and freelancers, most of us are just guessing.
We track our steps, our sleep, and even track our screen time. And whilst AI is reshaping everything, most productivity tools are still just digital to-do lists, static, impersonal, and one size fits all. We think that's broken.
Olivia and I met in 2020 as overwhelmed founders. Most evenings we call each other and say, I've been busy all day, but I've absolutely no idea where my time went.
And we weren't alone. 74% of people feel overwhelmed by their workload. And time management is the #1 challenge for freelancers and startup founders. The real issue isn't motivation, and it's certainly not about working more. It's about having a system that understands how you work.
Most tools treat everyone the same, but real human productivity is complex, personal, and ever-changing. That's why we built Passata, the AI productivity coach that learns how you work so it can help you work better.
Unlike traditional tools, Passata adapts to how you work, automatically tracking your time and offering personalised coaching based on your habits, energy, and goals. It learns from real behaviour, not assumptions. Think of it like ChatGPT, but with the context of your day, with the tracking power of an Apple Watch and the structure of Notion, all in one intelligent system. Powered by activity data, goal-setting patterns, and coaching feedback. Passata gets smarter the more you use it.
Since launching our private beta in March, we've onboarded 50+ early users, reached over 100,000 impressions, and seen strong engagement, retention, and early MRR. Now we're building integrations with Notion, Google Calendar, and Slack to embed Passata into your existing workflow.
The productivity software market is worth $68 billion globally, and most tools still ignore the individual, creating a huge gap in the market. We're a team of 4 co-founders with deep experience in product, marketing, and SaaS.
We believe the next wave of productivity isn't about efficiency, it's about individual optimization. And so we're raising £250,000 to accelerate growth. AI has the power to personalize everything, and it's time productivity caught up.
Hey everyone, I'm Marlon, founder and CEO of Nozomio, and I'm building a team of AI agents to navigate, maintain, and debug your entire codebase end-to-end. In the vibe coding era, where AI code gen would create more issues and bugs than an intern on Friday night, developers usually spend hours hunting across files and writing boring tests. Existing tools either just lose cross-repo context or can't think like a senior software engineer. That's why I built Neya, a platform combining contextual code understanding and a vision-based debugging. Under the hood, I use prismatic rank recursive summaries and a graph-driven system to build a live and a multi-lens model of your codebase, and also pair it with the real browser vision agent that semantically sees your UI, like a human QA engineer. Via API, CLI, Slack, or ID of choice like Cursor or Windsurf, our agents automate cross-repo navigation, architecture-level Q&A, onboarding, and just end-to-end test execution, all in one workflow. Since launching on February 14th and getting top 3 product of the day on Product Hunt, I have onboarded more than 950 developers, have 23 paying customers, and several pilots integrating Neya. And it is already being used in production by teams from Y Combinator like Artificial Societies, Leaping AI, and Keywords AI. More about me, I'm a technical founder who dropped out from high school 1 month ago to focus full-time on this mission. And previously, I have built Execurify when I was 15, a 20,000 user AI SaaS to help international kids apply to the best summer programs. Also, I optimized a machine learning model for copper extraction at the biggest copper mining company in Central Asia by 27%, and was a researcher doing VC data research at Stanford. So far, I have raised 845k on safes 5 days after coming to London, led by LocalGlobe and participated by Andrena Ventures, No Label Ventures, Ventures Together, and Eurasian Hub Ventures. If you're passionate about giving every developer an AI teammate for code and QA, let's connect. Thank you so much.
Hi there, my name is Ricardo, founder of BetterPic and Better Studio. With BetterPic, we're a bootstrapped and profitable 268k per month business led by an experienced 12-person team growing in an untapped 82 billion market. We make creating professional headshots as easy as taking a selfie under 60 minutes from $35, allowing professionals, job seekers, remote teams to create but also adapt their professional headshots without ever leaving the office. With a strong focus moving into the B2B enterprise and API space. We have proven traction and technology ready to scale with an 85% gross margin business. And we're using that same technology to apply it to a much larger market, which is the fashion industry and where Better Studio was born. So fashion brands have the exact same challenges of content creation, which is studio quality, photography is expensive, and they have a very slow time to market. While working with these models is also a huge high cost and also a big time and effort, which is why H&M is now using digital clones in their ads and social media. So we help these fashion brands create AI studio quality photography for a fraction of the cost, with a proven track record of BetterPic, but also already chats with Zara, eBay, Suit Supply, and many more. We're really building a fashion ecosystem from the ground up, where the first revenue driver is for fashion brands to upload the garments and of course get professional headshots back. But there's so much more to that, because they're already asking us to work with the real models or create a custom AI model for their shop. And so for the consumers, we're building a Try on Chrome extension where people can now go and try before they buy and allows us to capture data at scale. But the future is really where you're receiving a newsletter, not of some models you don't know, but really the person in that newsletter is you wearing a new collection of your favorite brand. And for eBay, of course, they want to use this in order to showcase all of the clothing that is being uploaded into the marketplace. And so we're really building this product synergy between all these revenue drivers in order to increase our moat over time. We're really a 17-person team ready to conquer the world and raising 500k and 2 million this year, where we already received the first term sheet this week. So we're looking forward to also chatting with you.
Hi, I'm Catalina, founder and CEO of Bonded. Bonded is an intimacy education app powered by AI. So think Duolingo, but for sex. I'm also a sex educational content creator on TikTok with 116,000 followers and 1.2 million views over the last 60 days. So why does the world need Bonded? Put simply, because people are having bad sex. Americans rate their sex lives a 4.8 out of 10 on average, and a recent study found that nearly half of the UK consider their sex lives to be dissatisfying. At the same time, the Google search term better sex is as popular as make more money over the last 5 years. So how do we fix it? A good solution has 3 components. 1, it's personalized. 2, it's engaging. And 3, it actually helps you communicate with your partner. That's exactly what we've built. Picture Duolingo, but the language you're learning is intimacy. Instead of year 10 sex ed or questionable advice from your older brother or sister, the content you see is completely personalized to you and is actually helpful. Users come onto Bonded, they can figure out what they like in the bedroom, and then it's really easy for them to share that with their partner. We launched in mid-January of this year, and we already have over 2,000 users, 45% weekly active over onboarded users, and a retention on or after day 30 of 42%. All of this growth has been completely organic through social media and word of mouth. My background is in investment banking and startups. I have a psychology degree from Cambridge and an MBA from Stanford. And also on the team is Carlos, our founding engineer, who joined full-time in September and has extensive experience delivering consumer mobile apps. Long-term, Bonded is a global intimacy brand. Today, there is no brand or platform that you think of when you think of your sex life. That's what we're building. Now that we have strong retention figures, we're raising a £500,000 pre-seed round to accelerate growth. The world is becoming more sex positive every day, and somebody is going to be the big winner in the intimacy space. And we're already on our way.
Hi, I'm Pavel, the founder of Align. Align is a stablecoin orchestration platform built for global B2B payments. Money movement is the largest market in the world, settling 8 trillion every single day. 90% of this volume is driven by B2B. Yet, B2B cross-border payments remain broken, as businesses still have to pay high fees and wait multiple working days. Traditional solutions do not work. For example, Wise, the largest cross-border fintech, only has 0.1% in B2B payments market share. In the meantime, stablecoins have been transforming payments. Over the last 5 years, they have grown by 40x and are now becoming a co-regulated global settlement layer. What's best about stablecoins is that they can offer traditional user experience, where users send and receive local currencies, and all of the stablecoin complexities can be abstracted to the backend. Align is a stablecoin orchestration platform purpose-built for high-value international B2B payments. We offer fast and cheap settlements, reliable and auditable infrastructure, and a compliance-ready framework that businesses and institutions need. Our go-to-market strategy is focused on serving businesses, financial institutions, and fintechs. Of course, there are other solutions out there, but all of them are focused on retail and consumer-to-consumer payments. Most of them still remain expensive and slow. They have broken business onboarding, and most importantly, they lack the compliance tools that businesses and enterprises need. We wanted to test this hypothesis, and we raised $500K about a year ago, and we got backed by some of the best investors in the space. Since then, we have achieved 4.5 million in monthly payments volume, have grown by 10x over the last 1 year, and we now have 300 million in annualized payment volume in the pipeline. We are seeing strong interest from some of the largest companies in the world, and we have partnered with some of the best players in the space. My team and I have previously built solutions that have been used by thousands of businesses and millions of consumers, and we have done this in both regulated and unregulated markets. We also have a team of advisors from Coinbase, McKinsey, Barclays, Brabant Howard that support us on our journey. We are now at our inflection point, and we invite you to build the future of global money movement with us.
Hi, my name is Michel and I'm the founder of Delphyr. At Delphyr, we're building the perplexity for patient data to improve the clinical workflow of doctors. We are a top-performing team, fortune over 9 months, all our domain experts, including myself, a doctor, and we have a combined professional experience of over 50 years. We're building an AI platform that supports doctors in triage, screening, and case preparation, reducing the time spent on it with 90%. The market opportunity for improving clinical workflow is huge. It's estimated about 1 trillion euros as per Y Combinator last week. We have a scalable business model where we say that we have a 20 euro a day solution for a 600 euro a day problem, and the model is seat-based. We have serious signs of early tractions where we already signed 2 hospitals and 1 GP chain, and we're converting 3 more hospitals in the coming year. The average deal size is 35K in the beginning, but it quickly grows to 1 million euros annually. We also noticed that our time to close is 6 to 9 months, which is half of the industry standard, and we have also traction on the EHR vendor side who are happy to partner with us. The strategy is to land and expand, meaning get the foot in the door and implement the product for a small team, and then scale up once they're happy, and we also resell our product through EHR vendors. What sets us apart is that we're not doing only administrative stuff, but we do the semi-medical stuff, meaning case preparation and screenings, and we also veer into the clinical decision support space. We are asking a €1.5 million investment to reach 20 hospitals in 24 months. We are raising to get some speed. We need money for marketing, sales, and product. And we have an estimated target of 3 to 4 million euros IRR by the end of this period. Warning though, we have received already term sheets and the round is closing. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to contact us. Let's build a better future together. Thank you very much for your time and hope to speak to you soon.
Hi,
I'm Sean. I've spent hundreds of millions on digital ads. I was the CMO of a billion-dollar cybersecurity firm, and I've led marketing for national defense. And I'm telling you, there's a trillion-dollar war going on right now, and most businesses don't even know they're in it. My team built revenue engines for iHeart, StubHub, and Hotel Tonight. We've all hit the same wall. Marketing isn't broken, ad delivery is. Big Ad has rigged the game. $1 trillion is spent on digital ads every year, but 60% is stolen by ad fraud. On Google PMax, up to 86%. That's like hiring mercenaries and finding out they're working for the enemy. Founders are drowning in complexity. 32 platforms, 12 tools, 10K a month agency retainers, no accountability. They don't need another SaaS tool. They need someone who fights for them. This is Rex. He's not a dashboard or a tool. He's your chief marketing agent, trained on billions in media spend. He runs ads across Google, Meta, TikTok, Amazon, etc. He suggests spends, buys across our 32 ad fraud-free channels, tracks revenue by channel, moving money to whatever channel's working. No setup, no jargon, just revenue. And behind the scenes, Rex is armed with military-grade fraud protection, real-time media mix modeling, and a proprietary AI orchestration engine. Think Palantir, but for ads. This isn't campaign optimization. This is full-blown execution. $1,000 a month, that's it. Rex replaces your agency, your media buyers, your dashboard, and we take no success fee unless we deliver a 2x ROAS. If we don't hit 2x, you don't pay a fee. We take on the risk. And we're live with 10 brands in beta right now, already hitting up to 6.1x ROAS. And here's the kicker. We've partnered with a $400 million fund, and if you hit 1.5x ROAS, the fund will give you money to invest directly in Rex campaigns. No dilution, just scale. The future is simple. Winners have chief marketing agents. Losers keep bleeding money to bots and bloated agencies. Rex protects, Rex executes, Rex wins.
Hi, I'm Lyndon, CEO and founder of Solid Chemistry. We're solving scale-up in the chemical industries, combining novel automated high-throughput experimentation with first-in-class machine learning methods to bring more drugs and agrochemicals to market faster, more sustainably, and with lower costs. You're likely aware of how companies like Isomorphic Labs have revolutionized drug discovery. However, how we produce these new drugs on scale to bring them to market has been left behind by this revolution. Currently, scale up from your first milligram lab test to your first commercial ton is performed with minimal data collection, simply optimizing at each scale to de-risk the next step. This takes a long time, and although it may produce optimal results now, it does not provide flexibility if, for example, energy prices, market demand, or environmental regulations change. There is a better way of doing this and continuing the AI revolution to scale up. However, this requires quantitative prediction of reaction outcomes under different process conditions. No one in industry or academia has the data necessary to make these predictions, as it is inefficient to collect, and process chemists are incentivized to focus on fastest scale up now, not making all scale up faster in the future. We have a unique method which unlocks this new route. Automated technology uniquely suited to collecting this data efficiently developed during my PhD. First-in-class Bayesian machine learning methods to plan the most informative experimental paths developed during my co-founder Jose's PhD, and in-the-loop transfer learning, maximizing the value of each data point. Thanks to our automation and commercial teams, we have productized this workflow, with contracts producing six-figure revenue from the largest agrochemical and pharmaceutical companies in the world within under a year of lab operation. We're currently raising our £3 million seed round to build out our software product, industrialize our sales, and further increase our capacity to run even faster. We've had interest from over 50 VCs and are excited to build a great investor team. Please reach out if you'd like to be part of our journey at Solve.
Hey, my name is David Walsh. I'm the CEO and founder at Limelight. I'm a 3-time founder, and we're building the first fully autonomous marketing team powered by AI agents. We're backed by Altair Capital, Soma Capital, Entrepreneur Ventures, and many others. There's an industry-wide problem right now. The B2B buying journey has outgrown traditional channels. But more importantly, there's a consumer shift. The modern buyer wants to buy from people, not from logos. And companies are reallocating ad spend to these personality-led strategies like never before. In B2B, creator-led marketing and user-generated content will be easier and more powerful than Google Ads. We want to automate everything. We have incredible companies using the product today, from Bill.com, HubSpot, Webflow, ZoomInfo. All of them are coming through customer referrals and through my content online. The marketplace is humming. We have $229,000 in annual recurring subscription revenue, as well as nearly $500,000 paid out to creators in just the last few months alone. The challenge with scaling creator programs and personality-led strategies is you're dealing with individuals, and there's so much friction in the process. So we want to activate every channel and automate every touch point. So we help companies source creators, activate channels, and grow creator programs in a very efficient way, and then measure the results with real-time analytics and performance-based marketing campaigns. We also surface warm leads. So everyone that interacts with your content, your employee content, customer content, creator content, we surface as potential leads. So you can cross-reference your pipeline and show influenced pipeline, or you can do warm outbound to these people saying, we saw you interact with this piece of content. Maybe you're interested in learning more about our platform or product. The truth is B2B marketing is boring. We want to make it personality-led, and we want to automate everything. We're introducing AI agents at every single touch point, from the creation, the distribution, the lead identification, and the nurturing. We want to make this fully autonomous. We're a team of 4 people today with 1 executive assistant. My co-founder and CTO, Youngjay, comes from Uber. He was a top 1% engineer at Uber, was invited to dinners with the CTO on an annual basis. He is phenomenal. Team is lean, product is strong. We'd love you to have you along for the ride. We're raising $2 million to reach 1.5 million in annual recurring revenue by the end of this year. We're hiring for engineers and sales. The round is moving quickly. We launched about 2 weeks ago, seem to have a lot of commitment. Would love to chat with you if you're interested in learning more. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hey everyone, I'm Jacob. I'm one of the co-founders of Ploy, an adaptive access platform for identity-first security. These days it's really difficult to know which employees have access to what. It's hard to get visibility into it. It's really painful and manual. So we're doing it across spreadsheets or Slack channels or Jira. And it rarely gets removed. So we're good at giving it, but we're not very good at remembering to take it away when it's no longer needed. 80% of breaches now start with the identity, which means hackers are logging in. They don't have to hack anymore. And that means that access has become the attack surface. So what's changed in the world? Well, how we work has become much more dynamic. People change teams and roles and projects constantly. Tooling is decentralized, so it's not owned by IT, it's distributed through across the whole business. We've got tools that have been around for 20 years that are no longer fit for purpose and were built for entirely different infrastructure. And we have really fragmented identity infrastructure at the moment. So Ploy works by operating across the employee's entire life cycle, from when they get that promotion and they change role to when they request new access or try a new tool. We're there to help make access a lot easier. And we've had some great traction. So we've got 127% NRR. Our average upsell and expansion is 68%. We've monitored over 1.25 million pieces of access and offboarded nearly 500 employees across some of these businesses. We charge per user. And our business model works. So we charge for a core platform on a per user basis and then sell additional modules, which is why we've increased our ACV and have such a high expansion rate. 8% of our revenue is billed annually up front. And Harry is the other co-founder. So we met at a company called Matomic. We've targeted this persona before. We know their pains deeply in the cybersecurity world. And we've got experience scaling our teams, whether it's sales or engineering. We're currently raising 2.5 million, so if you're interested, please reach out.
In just 4 years, the influencer Chrissy Seller turned 3 million followers into a $100 million revenue fashion brand. Across the US, tens of thousands of fashion influencers are sitting on gold mines, eager to capitalize on the $300 billion fashion social commerce market. But launching a fashion brand is hard. We spoke with influencers who've spent years and thousands of dollars trying and failing to get their brands off the ground. Now, they're coming to us. With Sartour, influencers can access a team of AI agents to launch and operate their brands across design, sourcing, and logistics. Take Max, our first influencer partner. With Sartour, he was able to launch his brand and generate $20,000 in sales in just the first weekend. In 3 months, we've secured 10 influencer partners with a combined following of over 16 million consumers. Within the next year, these partners are projected to generate millions in sales for them and over $1 million in revenue for us. And that's not to mention the other 77 influencers eager to work with us. To deliver on this demand, we've built a vetted manufacturing network spanning Latin America, Asia, and Europe. I'm Jemima, a repeat fashion tech founder who grew up working for my mum's fashion brand and have industry experience at Tommy Hilfiger, Selfridges, and Net-a-Porter, as well as in AI startups. My co-founder Dan is an AI engineer who built cutting-edge supply chain optimization systems and published a paper on this topic at ICML. The next billion-dollar fashion brand will be built by an influencer and powered by Sartour.
My name is Ashley Sweeney. I'm the founder and CEO of Realm, the non-toxic alternative to Febreze and Glade. Founding Realm after finding a lump in my breast and having a lumpectomy, we're setting the new standard of hair care, disrupting a category that's remained untouched for almost 100 years by converging scent, safety, and patent-pending efficacy with a world-class team and investors. The same chemicals found in cigarettes, like phthalates and formaldehyde, are still used in air fresheners today. The industry has sold the illusion of freshness for decades, but fragrance has become a modern-day epidemic. We're unregulated, carcinogenic, and in almost everything. Over 3,000 chemicals can legally hide under the word fragrance, many linked to infertility, hormone disruption, and even breast tumors. With health and wellness influencers educating millions and 1 in 5 people now facing infertility, 100 million consumers use apps like Yuka and EWG to scan products for hidden toxins. Realm is setting a new standard, starting with our signature non-toxic air and fabric spray, and the market is wide open. 80% of US households are buying air freshener every year, while 70% want non-toxic options. The demand is massive, but unlike soda, hand sanitizer, and almost every category of CPG, there's not a clean option on shelf. That said, Febreze generates $1 billion annually with little competition. We're entering a sleepy, overlooked category. Everything is toxic, smells like chemicals, and is poorly designed. What Method did for cleaning, Realm is now doing for air. Realm debuts direct-to-consumer this July with our hero product in 4 cents. With a clear roadmap for expanding across scents and formats, Realm is conservatively positioned to reach $100 million in revenue within 5 years. We've locked in key wins early with a major retail partner committed for April 2026, direct access to 10,000 plus stores via strategic investor platform, and additional strategic capital from top-tier operators. On the brand side, we're building an arsenal of personal, story-driven content for TikTok and Instagram, backed by a network of influencers reaching over 200 million. Our team and advisors have launched over 200 consumer products and have previously had founding and early team roles at 7th Generation, Harry's, Blueland, Public Goods, as well as 10 years heading Scent at Le Labo. We're raising a $4.5 million seed round with $1 million committed from top-tier investors, and our cap table is growing. Febreze had its run. Now it's our turn.
You get caught up in the vortex of chasing dopamine.
Modern loneliness, which masks itself as hyperconnectivity.
Global synchronized collapse of mental health is way larger than COVID.
And with young adults being the most vulnerable, yet more than 70% never seeking professional help, we believe there is much more we can do than simply control the damage.
By addressing the core, recalibrating brain's reward system. And we do this by transforming science into an immersive multiplayer experience. First, users select their goal and receive their personalized, daily, gamified roadmaps. Then they get matched as accountability partners with someone who has the exact same goal as they do.
And earn rewards with each completed challenge that can be redeemed into real-life benefits. But to further amplify health promotion, users can either join community challenges or create their own ones, such as quit smoking for 10 days. They can invite their friends and inspire real change. And just like that, we have established positive reinforcement loops alongside cognitive neuroscience, behavioral therapy, STD, and much more.
and our outcomes can be quantified, qualified, and peer-reviewed. We are a team of entrepreneurs, PhD clinical psychologists, and data scientists with more than combined 15 years in the industry. With GTM in place, more than 22,000 users on the waiting list, and randomized controlled trial completed, we are now opening up an investment opportunity of 450,000 euros, with 25% already committed. And if this speaks to you, reach out now and join us on a mission to make sure every human being in need has a safe space to turn to.
I am Jérôme Leluel, founder and CEO of Triver. Triver is led by a team of experts in credit risk management, AI, and lending analytics, and we work together to solve a big problem. SMEs around the world struggle to fund their cash flow because banks have not been very helpful for them. They are not providing them with the solution they really need to manage their business seamlessly every day. But at Triver, we've created a revolutionary platform to do that. Using AI, we can underwrite the risk of small businesses instantly and enable them to access the cash they need in a click. We have created a 21st century version of invoice finance by which small businesses can open a facility in less than 10 minutes and get money to their bank account in less than 2 minutes at a very good price. This is unseen, and customers absolutely love it. Since we launched 18 months ago, we've already funded more than 10,000 invoices, delivered more than £100 million of lending to small businesses, and our net promoter score stands at 91. The market we can address with this revolutionary solution is very large. Just in the UK, there are 5.5 million small businesses, of which 1.9 million would meet our lending criteria across many industry segments because our product is universal. This is possible today because we can access public information through APIs, and we can leverage LLM model to make sense of it. Partnering with SaaS providers, we can embed our solution in their software and offer capital in a click at the point of need. This was not possible a few years ago. Our plan is to build from this lending platform into adjacent solutions like supply chain finance, payable finance, trade finance. And we think we can also expand from UK into Europe and into the US, who have similar market characteristics, and create a very, very big business. We've already raised £18 million from several VCs investors and £100 million from banks to lend against our portfolio. We're currently finalizing a Series A round of £12 million, and there is $3 million of allocation available. The round is led by our partner Alicorp, the US VC, and is priced at £32.5 million pre-money. You are very welcome to join us in this.
In public service, every second matters, but the people doing the most important jobs are buried in admin, wrestling with these outdated systems and losing precious time that should be spent helping others. Every single week, 90 million hours are lost to this very inefficiency, and that's just time that we can't afford to waste. So what if we gave these workers their time back? We could have outstanding impact. And I'm an example of just that, the result of what happens when you deliver public services really well. My grandfather was in an orphanage in the 1930s. My father has been a social worker for over 30 years and built one of the most successful child protection agencies in the UK. We fostered children in my family home growing up, and I've been solving problems in public services for over 10 years. So it just goes to show that if you deliver services really well, you don't just change one life, but you can change the lives of so many. And at Starlight, we are building this future, the last piece of software these workers ever need to touch so they can focus on delivering those amazing outcomes. So Starlight sits on top of existing systems, whatever those systems might be, and workers interact directly with Starlight, and we automate the rest of the workflow, doing all the sophisticated orchestration, doing the labor. And we have two main products at the moment. One is form filling and report generation. Previously, it would look like this mess, taking notes, formatting them, pasting it into a system of record. But with Starlight, it's seamless. Just use your voice and we handle the rest. The second product is email triaging and handling. Previously, there would be this overwhelming inbox, loads of different tabs to resolve these inquiries, and an absolute nightmare to keep on top of it all. But with Starlight, it's seamless. Triage for you based on urgency and relevancy, and automated draft responses ready for you to review and send off. And what's really exciting is that we've built our products for scale from the outset. Our products are Rails, and they can be applied across public services across the board because the workflows are so similar. And the problem we are solving is a major pain point, especially financially, because $1.5 trillion of taxpayer money is spent on admin in public services, and we're on a mission to change that. And the tailwinds are so strong. Governments around the world are crazy about adopting AI, and it's for good reason. Not only is this the most exciting time in human history, but most governments are broke and they don't have a choice. They're under-resourced and the system is on its knees. So AI is a lifeline. And we've been able to make the most of this because in just 9 months, we've built $30 million in pipeline, and we're generating revenue too. And we sell both to government agencies and also large private companies, since over a third of all public services are privately contracted out. We also have a crack team with the right expertise to take this all the way, and we're looking for investors, for partners who think really, really big. So if that's you, let's talk.
That concludes today's pitches. A huge thank you to founders for all their hard work, and we're super excited to see where your companies go next.
As a reminder, you can register your interest for SPV opportunities by going to onstage.vc/SPV. If you're a VC or a larger ticket investor, you can request direct introductions to our founders on this page. That's all from us now, so I want to say a huge thank you to all of our founders, to all of our sponsors, HSBC Innovation Banking, Cooley, Carter, Google Cloud, Novabook, Remote, and Adapt. Without you, none of this would be possible. And we've got some really exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of months, so please keep your eyes peeled.